what's going on, guys? My name is Millennial Smart, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. So apparently, everybody's going after Nia Jax right now. They want her fired. We're going to get into details in regards to that because, to be quite frank, at first I thought I was going to actually side against the fans, but when you start to see the evidence, it piles up really gnarly. Mandy Rose and Lacey Evans are apparently trying to hide their past. Dave Meltzer blatantly shows favoritism again, and the IWC are making something out of nothing. Like the dirt sheet writers, I don't know how they came to this conclusion. Sean Ross Sapp should pretty much be ashamed of himself. I don't what do you, again, this is what happens when you let the activists run the asylum, right? But let's get into apparently this whole controversy regarding Nia Jax and apparently Jade Cargill, shall we? We shall. So apparently Nia Jax has massive amounts of heat right now. I'm not sure with any backstage colleagues, although I wouldn't be surprised in regards to that. We'll get to that in a minute, but specifically with who actually matters, which is the wrestling fan, right? I can't show you the clip because unfortunately WWE, they'll copyright strike me and block the entire video, but I'm pretty sure you guys most likely are aware of the entire scenario regarding Nia Jax and Jade Cargill and their triple threat match with Tiffany Stratton, right? Where Nia Jax apparently threw Jade Cargill against some stairs and gave her a big gash. Obviously, that's horrific. I got some photos. Unfortunately, I can't show them because of YouTube's guidelines, but I'll leave a link down in the description box. Always, it'll be labeled so you can see it for yourself. You can click on the link and you can look at the pictures for yourself to see how gruesome they are. It's pretty gnarly, man. And apparently, there are some fans who they've had enough. Nia Jax did this on purpose to Jade. No wrestler is to finish an Irish whip or push that close to an obstacle full force because that gives your opponent no time to react to defend themselves. She then laughed about it. How disgusting. Heal up Jade. Another fan wrote, and I quote, "I've been saying it for a couple of years. Nia Jax is too stiff in the ring. There has been countless complaints about her, but WWE doesn't do shit about it because her cousin is The Rock. This bitch is sloppy and unsafe in the ring." Had to say it like that because I didn't want YouTube to, I don't know, assume that I am calling her that. Don't want to get called out for anti-bullying again by fucking YouTube. Another fan says, people do call Nia unsafe. Athena's injury, Becky's injury, and I'm sure there are some other ones too, but Nia being unsafe is a constant talking point in the wrestling community. Also, how ass she is. We'll get to that actually in more deeper detail when I'm done reading this last comment. If I'm Triple H, I'm booking Nia Jax every week and having her eat pins until every woman in the entire company has pinned her consecutively. If she doesn't want to do it, show her the damn door. What she did to Jade Cargill was on purpose. Enough is enough already. And when you watch that video, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's on purpose blatantly. I know Jade Cargill, from my understanding, has some heat with the girls backstage. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of her damn near fighting Shayna Baszler backstage a couple of months ago, right? Allegedly, at least, right? Not too sure the validity of the comments, but apparently that happens to be the case, right? Allegedly, again. So it doesn't shock me that maybe Nia Jax might have some heat with Jade. Maybe Jade says something to her backstage. That's neither here nor there. It's about the professionalism in regards to Nia Jax and the lack thereof, and it seems pretty evident. Again, I have to point to this. Like I hate being that guy because, again, I don't like to once again dogpile, but it's something that we kind of have to discuss a little bit more in detail, you know. So apparently, and this is apparently unaware to me, I didn't know that Nia Jax has a long an extensive, long history when it comes to injuries. And it's pretty deep, folks. I kind of want to read you some of these names off this list. I went out of my way to go search this via Grok, and yeah, there's no coming back from a list after seeing something like this, right? Here, check this out. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see it for yourselves. So apparently the first one was Bayley. On July 2017, a separated right shoulder from being tossed out of the ring with excessive force, sidelining her from a SummerSlam title match. Apparently with Charlotte Flair, this was October 4th, 2017, a few months later, botched shoulder breaker and failed moonsault resulting in a head injury from impact on Nia Jax's knees. Ember Moon, Athena, a wrist injury during the tag team main event attributed to Jax's handling in the ring. This was on December 3rd of 2018. A broken nose and concussion from an accidental punch during a brawl, forcing Lynch to vacate the SmackDown Women's Championship, which I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of. That was the show, the go-home show, the Survivor Series in 2018. Zelina Vega, a neck and head injury from being thrown over the top rope and landing awkwardly on her head. That was at the Evolution show back in 2018, apparently. Let's see. Alexa Bliss, cervical inflammation and neck injury from a Samoan drop gone wrong, causing her to miss several weeks. That was May of 2018 at the Backlash pay-per-view. Kairi Sane, the same injury that she actually gave to Jade Cargill, throwing her against the stairs. Same way, right? After laceration cut to the head after hitting the ring steps during a dive spot gone awry. But that was in 2019 of October. Mandy Rose, injury from a rough spot in the ring. Details unclear, but reported as part of Jax's history of botches. That was November 2019 before Survivor Series. Liv Morgan, a rib and shoulder injury from being stiff during the match sequence. That was in 2020. And just to give a little bit of clarity here, the controversy and context, some incidents, for an example, Kairi Sane's cut, were not fully blamed on Jax by all parties, and wrestlers like Deonna Purrazzo have defended her as safe. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Deonna Purrazzo's opinion. Jax herself has emphasized careful execution and apologized for mishaps, and they apparently use this for storyline purposes. And apparently they said the list focuses on confirmed or widely alleged cases. Minor bumps or unverified claims from fan speculation are excluded. So this is coming directly from the consequences of her actually propagating some of these injuries. It's not anything that's being made up. It's something that's directed and prompted at Nia Jax. And I would be remiss if I did not bring up the fact that I personally thought that Nia Jax, for at least since her return, I thought she's been a better worker. I thought she's been more careful. You know, I personally thought she was a lot more concerned with her opponent and more so attention oriented when actually executing one of her moves, considering she's one of the bigger women wrestlers on the roster. And you see that list, and it's not just the botch with the stair stuff with Jade Cargill. It was also a botched pinfall attempt with her and Tiffany Stratton, which made the referee look foolish as fuck because she didn't get her shoulder up after a pinfall attempt from Tiffany Stratton. All this happened in one match, and then you go by her history and stuff like that. And yeah, shit happens. I understand. I get it. But maybe she should, go back to... I mean, it's not as if she's really involved in anything right now that's really desperate, right? That needs her to be there. Maybe she should take, a couple of steps back and, reevaluate herself and go down to the PC Center and maybe do some reps in NXT for a little bit. It doesn't hurt. Now, am I calling for her to be fired? Not necessarily. Like I said, she was just off her game last night. But I am going to take into consideration past injuries, and I am going to take into consideration, that was a lot of botches in one match, and I can't sit here in front and believe that you being a veteran and being that close to the steps. That's a good point from some of the fans that I can't just blatantly ignore, even though I like Nia Jax. She's that close to the steps, and you Irish whip her that fucking hard. I'm not really with she's laughing. I know she's playing a character. I'm not stupid about that. She has to do that. But you're a veteran and you do something that careless, that, you kind of have to point that out, man. And if you're that clumsy as a veteran, you probably should go back and, work on your stuff just a little bit. It's not the worst thing in the world. But continuing on, can't say that I disagree with the fans. I mean, maybe they're going a little bit overboard, but they're not wrong either. Just saying.
Oh, bro, what's up?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, you...
Lacey Evans, ironically a former Marine, hates free speech. And apparently, her butt buddy, Mandy Rose, hates it also. Check this out via Ringside News, because, quite frankly, I look at something like this and I just say to myself, dude, you made your bed, so fucking lie in it. Stop acting like a bitch. Stop acting like a fucking pussy, okay? You made your bed. No one told you to. I thought you girls were all so fantastic. Oh, we love to be OnlyFans models. Oh, look at us with our panties all the way down and stuff like that. And mind you, you are entitled to have your free speech. You are entitled to do whatever you want to do, but then someone wants to bring it up for journalistic integrity and your first thing to do is to freak out over it? Here, check this out. The former WWE star filing under her real name, Macy Estrella, is actively trying to wipe out any trace of her WWE career, OnlyFans related content, and public controversies she no longer wants online. But what happened to, female equality and being strong and all this other shit? Now you're trying to go out of your way to suppress somebody's free speech by, going out of their way to talk about your stuff online? Huh? Whatever happened to equality and all this other bullshit you guys constantly virtue signal about? But now people want to talk about your controversies and you want to run away from it? Look at how many fucking people they were actually going after. We're specifically talking about Lacey Evans now, right? She DCM claimed the PW Torch, PostWrestling.com, eWrestling, PW Picks, TNA Picks, Wrestling Forum, Cage Side Seats, Reddit, TJR Wrestling, and News 18. Look at this. One of the most interesting things about this new wave is the specific content she's trying to bury. Evans attempted to remove an article titled Lacey Evans boldly states she doesn't miss WWE after departure, which simply covered her own public statements. She also went after pieces documenting her viral feud with Sergeant Slaughter, another incident that unfolded entirely in the public eye. Evans has now filed over 13,000 takedown requests, many of which target content she does not legally own or control. She is reportedly working alongside an entity called the Venus Group, who appears to be helping coordinate the mass removal of efforts across hundreds of websites. By the way, it gets deeper, because it's not just her, because Ringside News, this is who I'm getting this on from, because she also DMCA them, has learned that Mandy Rose has been filing false DMC takedown notices through Google's system in an attempt to remove articles that cover her OnlyFans content. These takedown efforts have been ongoing for months, dating back as far as October of 2024. Ringside News alone received 80 false claims from Mandy Rose attempting to take down content that doesn't meet the standard for copyright protection, and she's not just coming after them. Other outlets have reached out to confirm they've been hit with similar fake reports. Now she wants to rewrite that narrative by trying to erase it. When she came after Ringside News, they pushed back. We filed counterclaims, they being Ringside News, and when Google requested legal proof or copyright documentation, she failed to provide anything because she couldn't. These claims are baseless. The articles she's trying to remove fall under legally protected fair use. Trying to use the DMCA system to hide publicly available self-posted content is not only dishonest, it's an attempt to silence factual reporting through fraudulent claims. And I'm only getting super antsy about this because I see this shit happen all the time, and it hits close home to me. The amount of videos that I had to take down via WWE, via TNA, via people like AEW, okay, like it pisses me off because you have these assholes who can't take criticism at all, going after commentary channels, going after people who are just blatantly talking about what the fuck they're doing. No one is trying to resell your fucking photos, Mandy Rose. No one is trying to, talk about your bullshit, stupid ass disconnect with WWE as if you're the fucking main character, Lacey Evans. You guys talked about it and they're being reported on. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. What it seems like is that you guys don't want this covered because you do want to go back to WWE. You don't want them finding out about the shit you talked about them. You don't want people to find out about your OnlyFans content to the degree that it goes outside of your incel mark-ass fan base. It seems you want to be seen in a pristine light, and you don't like the fact that people take your words, your comments, your images that are tied to your words and your comments and use it in order to tell actual fucking news that stem off of what the fuck you guys go out of your way to provide for people to fucking cover. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it? Is it my fault? Is it anybody else's fault who's covering stories about Lacey Evans being a dumb fuck, talking about, hey, you guys can't cover me being on OnlyFans and you can't use the photos to provide proof so people can substantiate the claims that are being said about me, even though I'm the one that's actually going out of my way to fucking, provide the proof myself by being an OnlyFans model. And the same thing goes to Mandy Rose. You guys are so embarrassed by this shit, then why the fuck do you do it? Female empowerment, feminists, right? All this other bullshit, yet you're embarrassed by the stuff that you provide as far as content is considered, and you have to go out of your way to ruin people's lives and ruin people's income because you don't like the fact that they're covering you in a way that you should be covered. Eat ass and fuck off. Both of you guys, pieces of shits.
Why was it so...
My actual problem with this story? My actual problem with the story has nothing to do necessarily with whether or not Dave Meltzer lies. Has nothing to do with Dave Meltzer outright just jumping the gun yet again. These are a part of these situations, right? Not necessarily the lying thing, but the jumping the gun thing is, right? It's just the blatant favoritism. It's the blatant constantly trying to cosplay as a journalist, when in reality, we see right through your bullshit, dude. We see right through it. Here, check this out. This is what Dave Meltzer posted about the Dynamite numbers, and NXT numbers for that matter, but we'll get to that as time starts going on, right? He said Dynamite was, the Dynamite number was 638,000 with a 0.142 in the 18 to 49 demographic, right? Don't have the chart yet, but look to be third in 1 hour and second in hour 2. ESPN first, TBS and Fox News dueling for second. Full details later tonight. Obviously does not include HBO Max. Okay, well, you better be very sure that whatever you're stating right now is going to be something that can be corroborated. Right, Dave? Right? Wrong. Because again, Dave Meltzer is Dave Meltzer. A fan chimed in and he was like, NXT got 702,000 fans with a .17 in the 18 to 49, and those are all live viewing numbers because the CW app releases the episode the next day. All we know for sure is if AEW got 638,000 and a .14, do the math on that and try and spin it. That's what this fan says. Now, I personally don't know the truth. I'm watching these guys go back and forth. I expect Dave Meltzer to have a little bit more decorum, but it's Dave, so, throw that out the window. But at least give me the facts on the ground, right? This is a fan. I don't expect the fan to know what the hell he's talking about, but I expect you, Dave Meltzer, the self-proclaimed journalist, to tell me what's going on, right? So he chimes back and he retorts with, you are incorrect. NXT, listen to him now. NXT did 617,000 with a 0.12 in the 18 to 49 on Tuesday. Live and same day. 100% of the viewers. well, 100% of the viewers now, AEW counting only 64% of the homes who have access to the show did 638,000, 0.14 in the 18 to 49. We don't know what the number is from the other 36% of the homes. Those are the actual facts. So shouldn't you actually wait to get that information before, vehemently standing on the... of course not, because it's Dave. So someone else came out of nowhere and they contested Dave. They said, wrong. According to Programming Insider, it did 554,000. This is what they're claiming AEW did, and they pull up this chart right here to back up what they said. And they show AEW doing 554,000. Now, I'm not sure of the validity of this claim, but again, why is anyone contesting Dave Meltzer? Dave, you are the person who should be, having this shit established. So the Hill Uzi guy went out of his way to repost what the Powerful King guy was talking about, and then Dave Meltzer, he retorted back with this right here by pointing out NXT. Now, mind you, he's ignoring AEW. He goes right to NXT and he points out the fact that, well, okay, they have 617,000 views. This was his earlier statement, right? This is what Dave Meltzer is hanging his hat on. He didn't even refute the AEW numbers. I don't know it, but he didn't contest it. So he used their own platform against them by saying, well, it says 617,000, right? Unfortunately, the Powerful King guy, the guy who rebuked Dave originally, came back again. And he said, no, NXT got 707,000 viewers. CW informed us, this is what they said, that 707,000 is the correct live same-day viewership measurement for this episode. The report of 707,000 was first reported by PW Torch. Programming Insider has reported different, lower numbers for this episode. This is what he says. This is what I'm seeing right now. So I did my due diligence, and I wanted to shut all this down. I go to my guy, Brandon Thurston of Wrestlenomics, to go look at the actual numbers, right? And from my understanding, from what it looks like, when you look at the AEW numbers, he says 638,000 was the viewership number, right? This is what he said, with a 0.14 in the 18 to 49 rating, right? And for NXT, apparently the number for that one is 617,000 is what he's contesting, but the actual number for what I'm seeing is what he's posting also, which is 707,000. So I'm conflicted as far as what the hell he's talking about also. No one knows what the fuck the numbers actually happen to be. But again, that's not my problem. My problem is, Dave, why did you jump the gun and just go directly to AEW defeated NXT? Clearly, there's some conflict going on right now. No one knows the real fucking numbers. Apparently, allegedly, everybody's all over the fucking place right now. But Dave, these are fans. I expect them to be tribalists. You are a journalist. Why did you not only jump the gun and not wait to see the full the full number in itself, right? Full of facts and everything. Not only did you not bring up the contested 707,000 viewership number, you just went directly to NXT 617,000, whatever number you said. I think it was 617,000. Why did you jump directly to that number? Why did you not first give out the actual observable facts from both ends? I'm not even saying that you're wrong, but there's obviously another side to this story that you failed to point out. And if you say, well, that wasn't the number that I seen initially, then why did you wait? Why did you not wait? You didn't. In fact, when you were corrected with this number, you said wrong. This is the real number. How about, well, apparently right now it's being contested between the number that I'm saying and this number right here. No, you went directly to the narrative that NXT got their ass kicked by AEW. And I say once again, you are not beating the allegations. What do you think when you say shit like that, that actually puts in the mind of the person who is seeing your news outlet? It's that type of journalistic integrity that creates tribalism, bro. How do you not see this? You feed into that. Once again, we don't know the numbers for real. Maybe one wants to look it up. I personally don't give a shit. It was just something that caught my attention and seeing how blatantly fucking biased Dave Meltzer is. And you can sit there all day and say that I'm not, or sit here and try to defend him. When he does shit like this, how the fuck do you defend him? On top of the other things that he's done in the past, how do you defend him? Fuck, man, this guy here, I swear.
Or perhaps we should talk about the conspiracy theories and the rumors regarding Brock Lesnar.
So, what am I supposed to be getting upset at again? Am I missing something here? What am I supposed to get upset at? What do you people? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And see, here's the thing. It'd be one thing if it was like just the marks getting upset. If it was people like me, people in the audience getting upset about this, then I wouldn't have a problem with this. But again, you have dumb fucks like Sean Ross Sapp, who comes out of nowhere, and again, he tries to make something out of nothing. Why? Why do shit like this? This is what I mean. And mind you, I said it before in the past, and I will say it again. I think Sean Ross Sapp is a fine reporter. I may have differences with him personally, right? As far as the occasions, I don't know the fucking guy. He don't fucking knows me. We barely interact, but the times that we did interact, I may have personal grievances with the guy because, you know, he's a piece of shit who tried to lie on my name. But nevertheless, though, I separate that from him being a reporter. I've said this once. I've said it twice. I've said it a million times. But there are times when he just can't help it. He just can't help it. He has to be an activist. He has to be an activist. And the thing is, the shit that kills me is, again, just like Dave Meltzer when it came to Gail Kim, you signal boost this retardation, and because of your credentials as a reporter, you add validity to the shit that you say. It's dangerous, Sean. It is dangerous when people in your position say shit like this. Now, obviously, he'll try to jump in there and have the plausible deniability to state things like, you don't know what I was alluding to. You don't know what I was saying. He clipped this, right? This whole thing, the whole audio that you just heard, he clipped it. He first put it through the Fightful Wrestling Twitter page, where he clips it and he says, Paul Heyman brought up Brock Lesnar again. And then he clips the quote by saying what Paul Heyman said. And then he retweets that on his personal page by saying, what? Obviously, he's alluding to the fact that Brock Lesnar and the fucking trafficking shit, right? That's clearly what he's alluding to. Like, why do this? Why do this? Why do this? It's so fucking obvious that he's talking about, Heyman is talking about the affiliation with him and Seth Rollins. Even I, guy who's only been watching Raw through highlights these past couple of weeks, know what the fuck he was talking about. Why the fuck would Paul Heyman be talking about Brock Lesnar's fucking case, ongoing case on live television, or even allude to that? What the fuck is wrong with you people? And like I said, it calls into question your integrity. Like I said, I can separate the personal shit. But I go out on a limb and I defend Sean Ross Sapp when it comes to his reporting. When people come after Sean Ross Sapp, I explicitly say, hey, don't confuse Sean Ross Sapp, the dumb fuck, with Sean Ross Sapp, the writer or reporter or whatever fucking label he wants to, I don't know, put on his name nowadays. Because he does a relatively good job. 95 to 99% of the time, he does a solid job at getting the facts right. And I personally think people take him out of context here and there in order to perpetuate a scenario or narrative that they want to get him in. I understand, I get it, trolls are trolls. And I try my very best to be genuine when actually, using Sean Ross Sapp, whether as a source or, talking to people who are trying to smear his name. Smear his name for the right reasons. Don't smear his name in regards to his reporting, because he's not a bad reporter. But then you do shit like this, and I'm here left with my thumb in my ass going, well, golly gee willikers. What the fuck do I say about this? The fuck do I say about this? And I'm not stupid. I know Sean Ross Sapp, I don't want people like you to defend me anyways. Motherfucker, I don't give a shit about you. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care a goddamn tiddlywink about you. What I care about is my name. And when people say, hey, Devontae, you're an idiot for defending the guy who attacked you, and I say, well, I mean, golly gee willikers, Sean Rossap, he's a swell guy. He is right on his P's and Q's. I look like an idiot. Fuck you, I look like a goddamn idiot. Because, like, you're defending a guy who's horrible at what the fuck he's currently doing right now, and you're cucking for him. You're cucking for him while defending his work when he just went after you. Well, sorry for me being honest. They're trying to have some kind of integrity, right? While giving the guy some fucking grace, and then he does something stupid like this. The fuck is wrong with you, dude? The fuck is wrong with you? No, he's not talking about his stupid ass court case. No, to your leashes of dumb fuck activist leftist friends and fans who want to perpetuate this. But I guarantee you, like I said, would hate it if people were actually talking about you in the similar manner as to what you're perpetuating as a fucking writer. No, he's not talking about the traffic case, numbnuts. He's talking about something within kayfabe. Holy shit, the fact that has to be explained. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below as to how you felt about today's commentary. How do you feel about the IWC band leader right there, Sean Ross Sapp, leading the fucking way, making something out of nothing? How do you feel about Dave Meltzer, again, being a dumb fuck and being blatantly fucking biased and won't even wait to see the full factual outcome of what the hell he's contending at the moment? How do you feel about Lacey Evans and Mandy Rose apparently hating the Second Amendment? And how do you feel about Jade Cargill and this whole situation in regards to Nia Jax? And if you have anybody else who would like to bring up as far as who Nia Jax has further injured, or maybe some things that were taken out of context, don't be afraid to let me know down in the comment section below. As always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you guys later. A deuces and a P. Ice. And actually, hang on for a second. Not Second Amendment. My bad. I'm just thinking First Amendment. First Amendment. Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. Alright, just had to contest that. Or fix that. Correct that. Because I know someone in the comment section, Devontae, the Second Amendment. I know. I'm correcting myself now. Shut the fuck up. Alright, now fuck off.